the notion that American politicians should work in the interests of Americans is banal, right? That's just what politics is. And so to use a phrase like America First, regardless of whether or not Donald Trump knows its origins, actually conveys something. Words have a meaning, phrases have a meaning, symbols have meaning. And so whether or not America First is a sound policy direction depends on what America First means in our history. And what it means is not simply putting the best interests of Americans first. What it means is a particular vision of nativism, a particular vision of exclusivity, a particular kind of America that works for some of us, people who look like me, not in that group.
Jamel, are you saying he's
and works for others?
You're contradicting yourself, if you don't mind me, because you're saying Donald Trump doesn't know the real meaning of this phrase. But he really means it in this nefarious way.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
He doesn't understand and doesn't mean.
That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that America First has a meaning independent of Donald Trump. And whether or not Donald Trump likes the fact that it has this meaning actually affects how we should understand what it means for it to be sound policy. And then when we look at the kinds of things Donald Trump is doing, from immigration policy, from refugee policy, from appointing or nominating Jeff Sessions to be Attorney General of the United States, then there is a connection between what's happening today and that meaning in the past, and that is vital.
Hang on one second. We haven't heard from Chris in a bit. I want to go Chris to Jennifer to Ian. Go ahead, Chris.
We are a democratic republic. We are a place where the voters have decided in the Electoral College who's going to be president, and that's the way the system works, and thankfully. And the point is that we can say, well, this term meant something to an audience that in the 1930s they would have thought something else, but we're talking about the English language as it's used today, and America First, buy American, and give priority to American interests is what the Trump campaign articulated, and like it or not, he won the election largely because that was his central message, or that was the theme that united the Make America Great message.
And now he's not following it. It's one of the policies, one of the stances I'm very pleased that he has thrown overboard with a whole bunch of the other ones. He is engaged in Syria. He issued an order for a purely humanitarian strike, something President Obama did not do. He is bent on defeating ISIS, so I suppose he does think that ISIS in Syria and Iraq pose some sort of threat to us. He has reaffirmed NATO. Sure, he wants them to spend more money, but every president does. He just makes a bigger deal of it. Every single Secretary of State has tried to get NATO to pay up. He is taking on the North Korean threat. That's a international project. He's trying to work with China to get North Korea to disable their nuclear program. This is not America First. This is good old internationalist, sound thinking, respect for our allies, American leadership in the world.